yo, it's your boy Willie Joe, aka Stone Cold Steve Flossin. I need y'all to like and subscribe. We're gonna do this thing. We on the road to episode 100. We on a mission to get 100 episodes. So make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend. Kings of the Ring. 2 lists.
Yes, of course, my bad. The 2 lists. First one I want to start off is the top 5 managers, OAT, of all time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A lot of managers. I mean, sometimes your wrestler really can't talk by himself. Sometimes a wrestler can talk, but maybe you just need that little bit of spice to just like make him even better. So you put him with a manager. And a manager can either make or break your career, but some managers, while some of them are bad, a lot of them are really good.
Yeah.
We're going to go back and forth, or you want to do your 5 and then my 5?
Yeah, we want to do it.
Let's go back and forth.
All right.
All right, cool. So my number 5 greatest manager. I also have like one honorable mention because I have to mention him. My first honorable mention has to be Theodore R. Long.
I knew you was going to say that.
You thought you knew Teddy Long was going to be my first?
I knew he was going to be on that honorable mention, man. Get the fuck out.
Oh, Theodore R. Long is not my honorable mention. He's my number 5.
Oh, you know you're number 5? I thought you said he was honorable.
No. I'll do my honorable mention before number 1.
Gotcha.
But Theodore R. Long is my number 5 best manager of all time. He's managed Mark Henry early in his career. He managed Doom early in his career. You remember the Doom tag team of Ron Simmons, and his name. But he managed the tag team of Doom up to a tag team championship win, and he was able to have Ron Simmons catapult that off to win his first world title, being the first black WCW world champion. And of course, even though he's had like a big up and down of like, you know, being the managing Doom to being the general manager to back to being a referee to back being a manager for people like Mark Henry or Rodney Mack, and then back being general manager, I feel as though he fit that sort of Clarence Mason type of pro-black, anti-white gimmick really good back in the day, especially during WCW. So Theodore R. Long is my number 5.
All right, cool. Now, my number 5, a real black manager, MVP.
MVP.
Give me MVP number 5, man. He definitely got talk game. He brings swag. When people be like lame, like Bobby Lashley, they kind of get a little cooler next to him and how he kind of presents the thing. So I ain't mad at him. I kind of enjoy him more as a manager than him as a wrestler.
Montel Vontanius Porter. He's a really good manager, especially like after he like stopped wrestling full time. Whether it was him managing the Beatdown Clan over in TNA or him now managing the Hurt Syndicate. He's really good at what he does. Or him just managing Bobby Lashley by himself in WWE. You know, really good, really good. He rescued Bobby Lashley from that terrible ass storyline that he was in during 2019. Ugh. But, you know, Montel Vontanius Porter, really good manager.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I can get behind that. My number 4 greatest manager of all time is Armando Alejandro Estrada. Armando Alejandro Estrada is one of the most entertaining managers ever. He was not on TV for a long time, but when he made a really good impact. He was a heel. He was good at hating. He was manager for Umaga when he debuted, when he came back after being a stint as Jamal during 3 Minute Warning. But, you know, Umaga was not a person who could speak English until he could. But Armando Alejandro Estrada, really good manager, really good. He played the part of like the sort of like Cuban diplomat. He came out with the big Cuban cigar and basically talking down to the crowd in a really entertaining way. And I don't want Umaga to perform in front of a bunch of como se dice dummies. That shit was hilarious. And Ruthless Aggression era was his time. I'm really upset that he didn't get a lot more screen time than he did, but he made an impact for what he did. So Armando Alejandro Estrada, my number 4.
Okay, leave it up to you. My number 4, Brother Love. Brother Love, man. Even though, what's the other homie name that managed him originally?
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer. Even though Paul Bearer is synonymous with him, and and a little bit more legendary. I just really enjoyed Brother Love. I thought Brother Love was a good adjustment when they had to figure something out once Paul Bearer wasn't a part of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking of Brother Love was pretty fire, and to find out later on that it was the behind the scenes guy that played him, like
Yeah.
that made it even cooler. I always enjoyed Brother Love, red face, annoying voice. Then when he started having a segment, really was able to bring his character out. So Brother Love was my number 4 for sure.
Okay, okay, okay. Now moving into the top 3 managers of all time. My number 3 manager of all time. Now this was kind of a toss up. I had to like decide who's gonna be number 3, who's gonna be number 2 out of either of these choices because they both deserve it. But I believe my number 2 spot earned it, and my number 3 spot definitely did earn it as well. So for my number 3, I want to put Paul Heyman here. Now, Paul Heyman is a little bit high up on the list, but if you know who my number two, number 1 are, you'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
It sounds like we gonna have the same, but just rearrange.
Sounds like it, maybe. Paul Heyman, of course, his career needs no introduction. He's been ever since he was Paul E. Dangerously back in WCW with the tag team the Dangerous Alliance. All the way back then, he was really good. He was like 27 back then when he was doing that, so which is crazy. But really good managerial skills, even up when he got brought up into the WWE when he managed Brock Lesnar during the time that I actually liked watching Brock Lesnar wrestle. He was really good talking for him because Lesnar, to this day, still is not good on the mic. He never really was, but now he really isn't. But and it's not even me hating; it's just me saying he's not good on the mic. But even him managing the Vision, I talk shit about Curtis Axel, but Curtis Axel isn't on record books for the amount of time that he was an Intercontinental Champion, and he was Intercontinental Champion while being managed by Paul Heyman. So was Ryback. He earned this sort of notoriety for if you put with Paul Heyman, you're gold, you're golden, your career's gonna shoot upward. Maybe that'll have an Austin Theory, you don't know, but Paul Heyman is my number 3.
All right, boom. Paul. I mean, can't never go wrong. Paul Heyman. He's for sure top 3 of all time. I mean, I don't know if he's number 3, but hey, my number 3, Miss Elizabeth.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Miss Elizabeth because I think she's the first manager in history that didn't have to talk. Her presence, her aura was the gimmick. Just being eye candy, being able to like be the innocent person in the ring. Don't hit me, don't interfere. Like she wasn't the nasty interfering girl. She was the like just somehow got involved in the match and didn't know how. Like, and then the people felt sorry for bumping into her or whatever they did. Like. She made a very much of an impact and really wasn't doing nothing, and I think that's impressive.
Okay.
It's still to this day everybody knows Miss Elizabeth. If you know Macho Man, you know Miss Elizabeth, and that takes a lot to be as a manager to be connected to the wrestler when they think of you.
Okay, not mad at that, Miss Elizabeth. Pretty good choice. Spoiler alert: my list has no women on it, so. Got some representation there. My number 2 is James E. Cornette or Jim Cornette.
I forgot about Jim Cornette. Good one.
Yeah, Jim Cornette, really good wrestler. The wrestling manager. Sorry, I'm unfamiliar with a lot of his work during Jim Crockett Promotions, but during his early work in the WWF, when he had Camp Cornette with a lot of like dominant heels in that group, specifically Yokozuna and Vader. In that group, even though Vader's WWF run is it's that, but the thing of having like 2 monster heels in your group and to basically carry yourself with this sort of very like mama's boy and very like rich kids, like sort of I deserve everything, so I'm gonna have some dominance behind me. That's really good. And plus, Jim Cornette is a really infectious personality for good and for bad. But he did his job well. He did his job really well. And even seeing his presence here and there, and very, very outspoken person on YouTube. I feel as though his management with with not Dangerous Alliance with Camp Cornette as well as throughout the '90s and early 2000s did really well. So yeah, James E. Cornette is my number two.
That's a fucking good one right there. I didn't even think of Jim Cornette. I loved him with the Midnight Express.
Mm-hmm.
Loved him with everybody he pretty much was with. Yeah, that's a good one, Jim Cornette, man. My number two, my number two, my number two, my number two is Paul Heyman,
Paul Heyman's number
the
two.
wise
Okay.
man for me. Paul Heyman. I think he's done so much. I think he's every person he's standing next to, as far as that I recognize. Of course, he has some duds, but majority of the people, batting average is great. Like he turned them into stars, and at the same time, he did something none of the managers did. He took his hand in having his own wrestling company and made something legendary.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did he show I'm a good manager as a good talker and a good presence, I'm also a good mind because I'm keep showing you in every single way. Like you get me with a wrestler, I make it make sense. Like you get no better than the wise man. Shout out to the wise man on number two.
All right, number two. Before I get to my number one, I have a few honorable mentions. There's only two honorable mentions. Yeah, sorry. My first my first honorable
Cooties.
I don't know what's going on with me, man. I'm sure I'm not sick again. I promise you that. My first honorable mention has to go to. Wait, did I just write this shit down? I did. Okay, I'm tripping. My bad. My first honorable mention has to go to Ashley Massaro. She managed a very monstrous tag team in the Ruthless Aggression era, which I'll get to in my top five. And I feel as though she did really good at being their manager slash valet, and that's also my woman representation. And another manager I need to bring up is Don Callis. Don Callis has been around for a long time. You may remember him as the Jackal in WWF. During that time, he managed a team called the Truth Commission. He slightly managed a team called the Oddities. Kurgan, Giant Silva, Golga, Luna Vachon, and it was also being brought out by ICP. But it's like we never a heel group. But and even to this day, him managing a super group in the Don Callis family in AEW. So him, and my last honorable mention has to go to the Sinister Minister, Sin Min. He's always been like behind a lot of the. It was a toss between him and Gangrel, but I think Sin Min kind of gets it a little bit more. Again, I have to go back and watch a lot of his early work from when he was in WWF when he had the long hair, but he's always played like the Sinister Minister, sort of like apothecary, sort of Satan adjacent character. So and he did that really really well. So those are my honorable mentions. And Ashley Massaro, and Don Callis, and I have the Sinister Minister.
Okay, my honorable mentions. Two of them you gotta give me their names because I don't be remembering people's names. Okay. But one of them is dang, I just thought about it. It's okay. Well, one. What is bro name that had the
Zeb Coulter?
Him.
Zeb Coulter, or Dutch Mantel. Either one of those two. They're the same person.
Oh, the one that was with Jack. What's the name, right? Yeah.
He was Zeb Coulter then, but he's also known as Dutch Mantel, Dirty Dutch Mantel.
Yeah, that's definitely the guy. I liked his approach. You know what I mean? He's a legend. Mm-hmm. I definitely rock with him. Number two, Sensational Sherry. She definitely played a big part with Shawn Michaels crossing over from a tag team to a main superstar, solo superstar. Mm-hmm. She played a big part in everybody looking at him not just as the Rocker no more. Mm-hmm. She deserves a lot of credit for her skills as a manager, as a heel manager, to be more exact. And then number three is, who was the black lady with Dusty Rhodes? They had the polka dot.
I know who you're talking about.
It was the lady from the. You got her from the street.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Sapphire.
Is it Sapphire?
Sapphire, like Sweet Sapphire.
Yeah, that's Sapphire. Yeah,
Sapphire.
The big lady, right?
Yeah, Sapphire.
With the Jerry curl. Yeah. Sapphire was fire. That's what made Dusty Rhodes such a legend, bro. That boy grabbed somebody from the hood, from the streets, and said, "You're gonna be a manager."
If you say so. Also, I gotta be reminiscent. I gotta mention Paul Bear. I gotta mention Paul Bear.
Yeah.
Even after, not counting the stuff he did with Kane and The Undertaker, you know who else he managed? L.A. Knight. Yeah, he was a manager for L.A. Knight back when he was Eli Drake. So they had that connection as well. R.I.P. But we gotta mention Paul Bear as one of the.
I like the Legion of Dooms and manager.
Paul Ellering.
Paul Ellering, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now enough scuttling. My number one, the best manager of all time. It's a very old head take of me, but I gotta say, Bobby Heenan.
It's only one.
Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan is the greatest wrestling manager.
That's my number one as well.
Of all time. I knew we were going to share on that, but I can't pick anybody. If there's anybody who could possibly go for that top spot, it'd probably be Paul Bear or Paul Heyman. But Bobby Heenan, with the Heenan family alone, his vendetta against Hulk Hogan alone could have put him at number one. But all of that, including his work in WCW, including his work with the Horsemen, including all of his work with every single group he's managed, has been something that even Paul Heyman can't even claim to. Is like a net positive, like nearly 100% of the time.
It's a fact. That's a Fat Boy's a legend. He my number one too.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he touches is gold. Like, yeah, I definitely give props to Bobby Heenan. He pretty much perfected the craft and mastered the art of being a manager in professional wrestling.
All right. Well, Khalil, a.k.a. the third Hardy Boy. We're on a route to be at a podcast club of 100 episodes. We'll get there only by you guys. So if you like what you're hearing, like what you're seeing, make sure you leave us a like, give us a subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know how you're liking the product. Appreciate y'all.